Hi guys, I just want to show you a quick thing. Should be interesting. It's a bug saver. I'm going to zoom in on only the application install portion of the Apex Office Assistant. Let me just open my notes here. I want to tell you a few things. Okay, so normally when you install applications, you will browse the web and you will Google and you will search for your application and you will get to a web page with lots of ads on it or fill out a form or whatever. And then do the download and do the install. Okay, so that in my view is a bit of a waste of time and also a waste of bandwidth. And because of all these ads running, it just slows down the install of the application. So what I've done is I've built a application server that collects all the downloaded installs and you inject that into a database and you can download it. So I want to show you how quick that is, because normally such a download can easily take about 10 minutes per application. And if you add up the amount of applications that you tend to install on your machine, you'll quickly see that those 10 minutes add up. And if you add up the 10 minutes, I mean that screen there is easily an hour and a half's labor. And if you add them all up, you can see that it actually has a significant cost. But okay, well, in my in my case, not a fair display, but yeah, it does add up. So yeah, you pay for it. The logic there is also that if you spend 10 minutes per application, that's going to give you an average footprint of about an hour's labor or IT labor per install of machine. So that's going to cost you 400 to 500 bucks, and it's also going to delay your actual resource, your employee, from actually working. So that amount tends to double. So there is a significant cost to the price. Okay, so let me show you how it can be done. Let's, for argument's sake, say we want to install 7-zip. We go download and view. It should download the app. Okay, it is running off the internet. I'm not cheating, so you can see it's instantaneous almost when when the binary is small. But there was no browsing, no surfing the web, no ads, etc. So and you can download obviously more apps if you want to at the same time. Well, not at the same time sequentially, but still significantly faster. Just get this out your way. That's quite a big one I've chosen, so just give it a few seconds. It's also farm internet, so it's not the best demo ever. But it should arrive soon. Should take about 20 seconds to my estimation. Okay, full screen. Okay, and there we go, VNC. Then for you would maybe install, let me just get back to screen. Maybe install spell check. Some nice backup utilities also. Maybe a screen capture tool or a print driver, etc. So it's downloaded already. Screen, download and view. Streaming from a server. Okay, cool. And obviously you can also run them as you install them. I don't want to do an install now. It's gonna take. Okay, let's argument's sake, say we want to set up a print driver, download and run. Close this now. It's just prompting for admin privileges. Okay, so you can run the installs on the fly also. I don't actually own such a printer, so it's not going to be a great thing to do. But as you can see, you can get a machine set up relatively quickly. Okay, so that, in my view, you can get all your base apps set up in probably 10 minutes, all of them. Then you can also go and you can manage your printers. You can deploy printers or install printers from the application itself. Obviously, you add the printer there. If it's an existing printer, you can deploy it, and you can deploy it to to your Active Directory system. So if your user or the computer belongs to an organizational unit in your Active Directory structure, you can actually assign a printer and employ group policy. point it to the correct branch or person or computer and set it up quick. And that should be a PC install. So, how much money can we save like that? Well, let's say you have a normal printer installed to a local computer will take you up to 30 minutes just to download the drivers. We've done that in seconds. You can install the printer also. That should take you another 20 minutes or so. So you can quickly run up a bill of an hour's labor just for installing the printer. Now, let's say you have an organization of 50 computers. Then you theoretically could lose, if you only install 10 apps, about well, if you install only 6 apps, you would lose an hour's labor just on the installing of the apps. You would lose an hour's labor just on the installing of a printer. And you would lose an hour of your employee not working, or possibly 2 hours if you do the printer setup and the software setup sequentially. So in an organization of let's say 50 clients, it's $500 per hour times 50 equates to 25,000 Rand for software install. That amounts to 50,000 Rand for software and printer installs. And your loss of your application's productivity also, if you take that into account, and quickly run up a bill of 100,000 Rand just setting up those machines. So, why then this program? Why did I build it? I worked at a couple of organs of state. Well, for one, I provided training. I suppose I can't tell you who it is. It was the SAPC. They deployed a package called Microsoft Systems Management Server. And it's basically an application, well, in my view, basically an application deployment server. It's meant to handle multiple layers in your Active Directory. So your subdomains and primary domains, etc. So you would roll out management servers that would manage servers that would deploy packages. Now the pitfall there was obviously that it was a Microsoft product, not really too keen on deploying non-Microsoft executables, so they basically limited it to .msi packages only. So even though it was a great concept and a great product, it just never took off because it wanted to, well, it appears to have wanted to build a Microsoft monopoly, and I don't think the customer really enjoyed that. So when I started at another organ of state, I started building automation because of the obvious benefits of it. And I built, initially I just started with setting up batch files and setting up a front end for a ticketing system and setting up sort of a management tool, which worked really well, and it was also a documentation tool. So with all that in mind, I then built this application from the ground up so that it has application deployment for any flavor of software, and it has the functionality to do documentation and to manage tickets and to manage your machines. So the whole thing is integrated to save time. So yeah, back in the day, at the second organ of state, the deployment time from what I call the box to desk time for a system was 34 minutes, and I reckon this will slice it in half. So we're looking at from box to desk probably 15 minutes. And then the last thing I just want to say is that this application is actually availed to you. You get to use this, and as you can see, it's simple enough for you to do. You can very easily click on something, run the install. Hopefully it's not installed already, and really just, I mean, you can save time any way you look at it. So it really is a powerful tool. You're not going to waste time wasting for technicians. If you want to do it yourself, if you need help doing something, you can just log a ticket on the system itself. It's a ticketing system. it populates some of your information automatically. Obviously, some of it you can't. So let's say getting stuck installing a plotter. Please help. Please help. Okay, so this then logs a ticket, records your remote ID, and I can remotely assist. Thank you for watching. I hope that gives you something to think about, and enjoy your day. Thank you. Bye bye.